Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander Cock.
He's got a Foley. Yeah. Yes.
I am. And today we're talking about the dark matter anomaly, aka the DMA. And it's reveal a little bit in season 4, episode 6, Stormy Weather. And yeah, I gotta say, called it.
It'd be great for one of our fans to go back and see when we first said From Another Galaxy, because it was. I mean, I know we debate this stuff a lot, but it felt, and that was before we even knew it was man-made, which obviously was last week's big reveal. It was artificial. There was a device. This week they went into the subspace rip, which was left. Bit of nebulous. What happens inside it? Bit confusing, but they say, or the only clue they have is that when Book tries to mycel out, and because they're in broken subspace, they can't quite get through. He gets jolted with special particles, which are from the Great Barrier, not from out the Great Barrier, but from the Great Barrier, because how they know stuff from outside of it. You can't. It's not a unit galaxy. And the Great Barrier obviously is this big edge thing, which we only see once, and in a fan film, once, the very first episode of real TOS, where the Enterprise flies in it vaguely, gets hit by the gamma. It's like, extraterrestrial rays. Well, no, they say it's strange. They use it in lower decks, don't they? It's called strange matter, something like that. And it gives him godlike powers. It rewrites the DNA. He becomes a god being. Woohoo! And lower decks we get the same thing with god being energy, and we never see it again. But it's the thing that keeps our galaxy, the edge of it, and we've never really gone by it. And I feel like it's implied that they've not gone to another galaxy then, a Starfleet. Otherwise there'd be a slightly different tone to that. So what do you think of the reveal? And in that moment, it was only like an hour ago when you first learned it because of the way we filmed this.
Loved it. It put a smile on my face because I'm like, yes. And then they would explain, once we have these particles now, so we can identify where it punched through, which will basically probably point to which other galaxy it is. So we'll know whether it's the Andromeda, the Pegasus, could be the Stargate Atlantis people building their Stargate bridge.
Oh yeah.
It's great. It's great that it's a extra or an whatever galaxy threat. Yeah, extragalactic threat. So I'm excited to see what that's all about. I have a feeling there's going to be some, I'm calling this too as well, like sentient machines on the other end. Maybe what even V'ger encountered. Yeah, which I think will tie in with Zora's revelation. But
and it's not unreasonable to have the black hole that had V'ger go through to go to a different galaxy. That would be acceptable to me.
Some kind of weird anomaly, absolutely, yeah.
Although that is the third time they've done sentient machines. So it'd certainly be an overused trope, and it might ruin V'ger. But can you imagine, like, we get there and we see multiple V'ger ships, and it's like, oh shit, we barely saw it because they just redid the model for TMP remastered 4K. They have literally a 4K ready V'ger model ready to go. I mean, that would be, Discovery fights V'ger A.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an awesome reveal, actually, to just see like a bunch of these ships, and it's like, oh my god! And then they do the check in the databanks to get a reference. And
can you imagine if it comes through? If they somehow get to another galaxy, which in theory it could just spore there, but we'll see how that's addressed. They never said that, but it's implied because universe is anyway. But it'd be kind of fun if they get through and they just see a V'ger ship it's obviously huge, and it fires the DMA device because it's got an opening. Comes out, generates another thing, and it's just like, that is literally just the V'ger. Oh, and we know this thing can disintegrate ships like that, so we instantly have a sense of threat, and it's just one of their home
digitizes.
Yes,
them. It doesn't really
which would possibly link to Kwai coming back. Maybe they were to scan it in the same way, which we've said, which we've also called. I mean, that's obviously a bit of an assumption, or in a similar vein. This is not what I was going to talk about, but people also said the point on the scientist's neck, which was kind of sad to not see him this week. I was really hoping to see Mr. Scientist Man, whatever his name was. He had a mark which feels like a branding, but it could be a cut open scar of removing one of those creatures from Conspiracy. Now, if they're for now retconning that they came through the Great Barrier, which we also did say a possibility, and they're coming back finally through, which would certainly up their ante. Although if they just take over alien life forms, then it wouldn't be their tech necessarily. It would be an alien race. Like the Gould, they've taken over an alien race in their galaxy. They've come through to our galaxy to zombify, infest our galaxy, which is a fine plot line. And that might be who we find as well. and then you have multiple races all sort of taken over by one creature. You know, kind of actually, the Anti-Federation. Multiple races from across their galaxy that have been, you know, taken over by these creatures, and they got their own federation of oh god, that'd be gross.
Yeah, so in case you guys didn't know, he's referring to what they're called bluegills from the TNG episode Conspiracy. So yeah, that could be a distinct possibility. I honestly want to put out an apology to everybody, because during the lives, a lot of people have mentioned V'ger, and I'm like, how do you get V'ger from this? But now that I've seen this episode, I have a distinct feeling that might be the case. So I've been kind of anti-V'ger on it, but now I'm like on the V'ger train.
Well,
so.
it's because the DMA is... Well, it's like the sphere builders. It's like these ideas that vaguely have some merit, but it's more visually... You know, it's so not the same thing, but we're hoping, and I feel like maybe Book saying it's going to be someone we've seen before. Oh, no, it isn't. I feel like I'm hoping that's a red herring, is if they say it enough times, we've never seen them before, and twist it is someone we've seen before. Because no offense to them, but I'd rather have them utilize one of those other threats, but obviously not be a threat, just a thing they face, than just, here's the Quentax, the ghost people of SETI 942, and it's like, cool. I guess we're fighting these guys. They've got big purple spaceships and they go boom. Like, they could be really cool, but it doesn't deepen the lore in a way. Whereas having those, you know, so I'm more excited for that sort of thing.
If they do finish up and tie in with the Bluegill Conspiracy episode of TNG, I'd be fine with that too, because that was sent off and that was supposed to turn into the Borg essentially, but then the Borg became something different, and it's just storytelling. It just kind of got forgotten about. But yeah, I mean, so many possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Or just something new. But having extragalactic,
something new would be good too.
Yeah. The thing about extragalactic, and that's what the Star Wars Expanded Universe novels did. They brought in the Yuuzhan Vong from another galaxy because, you know, you've already faced the Imperial threat, which was thousands of ships, etc., etc. And so going for a truly unknown race, and Discovery likes having these massive, you know, paint swatches of ideas. You know, the mirror universe and the spore drive, you know, and the time travel, and then the you know, a threat from the future that destroyed all life in the universe. That's a big idea, and an AI that's the most powerful thing ever. Now in season 3, it was destroying all of the ships in the in the galaxy. That's a big idea. In the future, that's a big idea. And so now going again an anomaly, which is as big as anything we've ever seen, and another universe threat or galaxy threat. These are these giant ideas they throw out, so they just can't help but go small. I mean, but it can still be small. That's the great thing. I mean, TOS did it first. The Andromedans, they came through. If it's just a race, they're just trying to say hello, and their shit damages it in a way they don't expect. I don't want it to throw a threat. I don't want it to be aggression. Even the Bluegills, as you said, like, don't necessarily need to be mean. You know, 900 years more advanced, it could be they're less mean. Don't know.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. We're still on the. This could be literally, as we said, after the burn. A Federation faction they're stranded, accidentally somehow got transported to another galaxy. They could be trying to get home. It could be something like that. It could be a threat. Like, it could be an attack. It could also be just an experimental, you know, some race trying some new technology, trying to get to another galaxy, not realizing they're causing harm. There's a lot of possibilities here.
And let's be honest, just going through the Great Barrier is an obscenely difficult thing to do, to the point that if no one's done it in our entire galaxy's history, of our galaxy, then their attempt is burning through it with this extreme wormhole drive, in essence. That no side effects, but they're saying, well, yeah, it might not appear next to a living planet, and therefore there's no damage being caused, and we want to go and explore, you know, because the tone is I don't know if you'd agree, but this episode, right at the start, they ask how's Saru feeling. He's like, oh, I'm feeling very chipper about this. Even though last week, big emphasis on the galaxy is now in turmoil because DMA is man-made, and it hard cuts to, oh, I'm excited, we'll find out who caused it, which is an interesting tonal shift, but also they're not really ever harping on of it's an attack, which fantastic, but tonally books determined it is, but what happened to him? I don't know if maybe, but I feel like that tone, we're 6 in. They've never really dwelled on they're attacking us. I felt like they wouldn't have that shift. I felt they're going a smarter route.
Well, They have said, why would somebody do this?
Yes.
Implying that it is an attack and like a planet destroying threat, right? Like they have said that, which kind of implies that, yeah, but I know exactly what you're saying, but there's still that undertone of dialogue that kind of indicates that still. So,
but also they've, as one of the many ideas they've said, they haven't specifically isolated that. And also, you know, why attack Quajon? Why attack Random Colony X? So I think they've done a really good balanced job. I can't see it being this thing, this twist, you know, of aggression. It's all leading to a different place, I feel like. Because we're 6 in. They would, because this episode would be the one where that starts to become the tone. The build from last week of the threat, you know, now Starfleet's on alert and no, everything's fine. Like everyone was super chill in the pre-scene. But no, I'm really happy. Great Barrier. I really hope we see the Great Barrier next week. I mean, that would be freaking incredible. As long as they don't just make it a big blue garbage mess. Like just do the thing as it was in the show, bit bigger in scope. You know, do another zoom out. Because can you imagine? You know, we had the DMA zoom out in episode 1, and it's huge. So we see another zoom out, but it just keeps going. Because there is no end. That's the whole point.
You see galaxy.
No,
Galaxy,
I mean in our galaxy, but just like we keep zooming out, and it's always filling the frame because of course it's the edge. You can't ever get far enough away. It's always the edge. That'd be kind of funny. Just like, oh yeah, it is this huge. Small thing, but that'd be kind of a cool shot to end like or start next episode on.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think it's going to be something very innocuous. It's not going to be an attack. It's just a misunderstanding. Something, you know.
And we've said before, it still very much could be a Starfleet crew faction got through the great. So, well, there's no more lithium in our galaxy. Let's go to another galaxy. They went there 100 years ago. They created a new little bit for themselves. Now they're trying to get back. Oh, no problem. And that still absolutely could be the thing. Completely, there's nothing here that says not. The fact they could recreate the DMA technology, apart from the power source, tells us it is easily makeable with a modern technology, like easily. Just saying.
Yeah. That opens up a whole new discussion, but that's okay.
But it was good. Good bit. Good breadcrumb.
Yeah. Guys, comment down below on your theories about this. Was this something you thought was going to happen? Is this, you think it's, you know, just somebody trying to explore something minor, or you think it is an attack? Let us know in the comment section. We love reading them. If you can join us for the lives where we discuss this kind of thing, you can have your voice heard real time and communicate with us, and we talk about it during the live, which is always fun. So if you can, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification icon for all, so you get notified when we do our lives and upload videos.
And of course, support directly if you can. If you can't, hey, don't worry, but it does matter if you can. Even $5 here or there. Patreon, PayPal, join the channel, or super chatting on those lives do make a massive, massive difference. And we'd love you to come back and watch our weekly reviews on Discovery, because we go full in depth. You guys help drive the conversation, and a $5 just here you go makes a big difference, as I said. So thanks in advance, and just see you next time.
That's right. So until then, I'm Captain Foley.
And I'm Connor Kongs.
See you later, guys.
Bye, guys.